Back in 1996, I was the district sales manager for Fender in the Mid-Atlantic region. Fender was partnering with the experienced Hendrix family to introduce a Jimi Hendrix Stratocaster in January of NAMM in 1997. Our gentleman Joe Carducci, who was in charge of import products, was a huge Hendrix fan and wanted to do a tribute to Noel Redding as well. He did an international search trying to find Noel Redding's bass after Noel Redding told him personally that Noel had sold the bass back in the 80s for money. After an exhaustive search and just about to give up, Noel Redding contacted Joe and said he found a receipt for the person he had sold the bass to many, many years before. That person lived in my territory, so I was put in charge of locating the person and see if he still had the bass. He did still have the bass. As a matter of fact, this is a picture of me playing Noel Redding's original only jazz bass that he played on all the Hendrix recordings. This shows me taking the bass apart very carefully. I was scared to death doing this, and noting that it was made in October of 1966. One thing that I loved about it is you notice there's a little sticker down on the pickguard that says use regular fuel only, and this was actually put on by Noel Redding back in 1967 or 68, and it's still on the bass when I worked on it in 1996. There's the back of the bass, the headstock, and this is actually couple of days before the trade show. They sent me the prototype, and it's outside trying to get natural light next to the original, trying to match them up to make sure that we got the colors right and things like that. This is me with Joe Carducci from Fender presenting serial number 1 to Noel Redding and his manager at the trade show, and this is Noel Redding playing that bass at the trade show as well. And you can see Noel signed it to me, cheers, 1997. And as a thank you from Fender for doing this project and spending a couple of months on it, we gave Noel Redding serial number 1, we gave the owner of the bass serial number 2 and 3, and I was given serial 4. This bass has never been played. It's been on display. You can see it still has the hang tag on it. It has Noel Redding's autograph on the pet guard. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is there. There you go. And it is, for all intents and purposes, brand new because it has never done anything but been on display since I received it back in 1997.